everybody, welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm your host, Matt Milstead. Joining me this week, Mr. Dave Koss. Welcome back to the show.
What up?
What up? And
What up? I can't say it 3 times. It's copyrighted.
It's copyrighted. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Otoy. You know them, you love them. They're the makers of Octane Render and the Render Network. With Octane Render, you can create super photorealistic renders in a fraction of the time of other renderers. And for those projects that need a little extra push of power, the Render Network has you covered. The Render Network can render your Octane, Redshift, and Blender cycles frames in a fraction of the time and a fraction of the cost of other cloud rendering services. So make sure and give them a try. Try.rendernetwork.com to check them out. I don't have any info on Render Royale, if that's going to continue going. I'm going to reach out to Sunny this week and see if we've got that. So make sure and keep an eye on that. So thank you, Otoy. Here's Dave. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Hi. I'm gonna be going to RenderCon this year.
Are you
I didn't
good?
Go to the first one. Yeah, I really want to go. Yeah, Otoy is great. They sponsored camp last year, 2025.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do it again this year.
Yeah.
We haven't really lined up all our sponsors and things yet, but yeah. And you know, I really haven't used the Render Network that much.
Man.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's so dang fast to begin with.
I know.
Let me just tell you.
Yeah. Octane. I love Octane. You know, and here's the thing. Like, well, okay. So when I'm using, I a lot of the time I'm using Octane for the Render Network for my Redshift renders. You know, because we're Redshift. You know, mainly Redshift had already been chewed. Which is cool, but you know, there's some that have come along. Like we recently did a project for the Utah Mammoth, which if y'all have seen those, there was a couple of shots that we ended up using the Render Network for because ice and refractions and stuff like that were just insanely. It would have taken
those are the worst.
Like 3-4 hours per frame, you know, and we had like 300 or 400 frames, so it was pretty insane. Yeah, and also, have you tried any of their new AI stuff?
No, I haven't. I think Chris has. I haven't had a chance yet. I just got 2020, whatever it is.
2026.
The one that's on Cinema.
Something like that. Yeah.
Maybe it's technically beta. I don't know. It's working fine for me.
Yeah.
I'm really excited
I don't think
to try
I've
the
ever
next
been on
one,
an actual version. I've always been on a beta version.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good in beta. You know, usually the only thing that happens with beta of something not working is like just something like not being functional yet.
Yeah.
You know? And
for sure.
usually gets updated pretty quick. It's just so fast, you know. I've got 9 cards working in my render view, and it's just so fast to begin with. And most of the stuff I do is relatively short. But when I do have like the ridiculous renders, I'll jump on Render Network. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That I asked about the AI stuff because so Jules came on the show and talked a lot about, like, you know, they had just announced the new AI stuff, and you can try it out. It's beta.otoy.ai, I believe. .otoy.ai. Yeah. And you can try that out. That's their Otoy Studio, but they've also got what my favorite that I have used, and actually a lot of us at ABC have been trying, is the new Canvas. It's canvas.otoy.ai. Have you used what's the one that got bought by Figma? It's basically a node-based system. So what's really nice is, like, you know, you can work linearly across your nodes and stuff. It's like, okay, here's a banana, a nano banana thing, and then it'll give you however many results you want, and then you pipe that into something else, and then you can
Weezy?
Weavy. Yeah.
Weavy?
Weavy.
I was going to say Wagovy, but that's a way off road. Yeah. One of those.
Weavy, yeah. So Weavy got bought out by Figma, and I
didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a little while ago, which is pretty cool. Like, I think the, you know, and I know you do things differently. Like, your workflows are a lot different, but the node based stuff is just so nice to be able to keep everything organized, you know. It's super
Yeah, I mess
nice.
with it time to time, but a lot of times I don't even need to go that far,
Yeah.
depending on what
Yeah.
I'm doing. And I
Yeah. Yeah.
brought
Yeah.
some examples to show today too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, let's do the main thing because I think a lot of people are really curious about camp. You know, you came
Yeah.
on last time to talk about camp and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited. So let me switch over my screen real quick. There we go. So just
There you
released
go.
today, Camp
Mm-hmm.
Mograph. 2026. Excited that it's happening again, and
Yep.
you're gonna be back in Elbert, Colorado at the JCC camp.
Back at JCC,
Yeah,
we searched far and wide. We're still looking for that perfect West Coast camp
yeah.
on the far West Coast. And we thought we would have one
Mm-hmm.
by this time, and we did not, or, by November, December, and we did not. There's always something that doesn't fit the bill,
It's
right? Like,
yes,
we don't
yeah,
allow alcohol. Well, you're out,
yeah. Or they
it's
only
stuff
have
like that.
room for like 75 campers, or they've got room
Right.
for 200, but everyone has to be in a bunk. Yeah,
Stacked in a bunk. There's
yeah.
there's always a gotcha. And so Julie was pulling her hair out over that, and we got just a random email out of the blue from JCC and was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, what you guys doing?"
Yeah.
So we talked to them. We did the deal. They've made some improvements to camp. They've got a new company that handles the food there
Oh, that's
now, just
exciting.
for them. So that'll be an improvement as well.
Is it still
Um,
kosher food? Still
yeah,
kosher?
it's
Okay.
cool. It's kosher.
Yeah.
But it's the food wasn't bad. We've
Ye-
had worse,
I
trust me.
I've never thought the food is necessarily bad.
It's camp
It's
food.
camp
You got to
food.
expect
Whatever.
camp
Yeah.
food at camp.
Yeah.
The problem was it was pretty decent, but when you do kosher, there's certain things you can't do. There's certain
Yeah.
things you can't mix, and we got to respect that. So, but we're talking to them. We're really going to try our best to do what we can there. It is also 2 weeks later than usual. It's been the same weekend every year, and
Yeah.
it would conflict with a lot of things. It would conflict with half res, and I wouldn't get to go to half res,
Yeah.
and then also IBC. So
Yeah.
sometimes a lot of like Maxon people and stuff couldn't go, So we're hoping that helps a little bit. And it'll be a little later. It was actually a little warm when we were there last time. We had wasps
Yeah.
and things out, and
Yeah, that's
hopefully it's
right.
not
That's
too
right.
late. But there was no snow. We just went back up to the camp just to refamiliarize
Mhm.
ourselves with that. Did a meetup with EJ, the Colorado meetup, and we were talking to them. There, I mean, it had just snowed
Yeah.
for the first time, and it was the middle of December. So
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
knock on wood,
I
we
would
won't have
rather I
any.
would rather it be cold, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully not too cold.
Yeah.
You
La-
just don't want it bitter, bitter cold,
last
but
time
cold is
last
fine.
time it was raining. It's just like sprinkling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was in my tent. And so like every drop, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's pouring out there, right? I get up in the middle of the night to go pee, and I walk out, and I was like, oh no, it's just really loud in my tent. So like
Really?
the little tiny
The
drizzles of
sprinkles.
drops,
The
like yeah, the little
sprinkles. Yeah.
sprinkles made it sound
Yeah.
so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So September 24th, 28th, through 28th, Albert. Uh, we're excited to go back. We did space camp last time. I don't
Yeah.
know what the theme is yet.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to be like, let's just do space again. That was
Just do
so much fun.
space. Yeah.
But the reason there's the full moon on here is because there is a full moon on Saturday. That
That's
Saturday is the
exciting.
full moon, so that'll be fun. We had the telescope last time and we saw lots of planets and stuff and did a lot of space stuff, but the moon wasn't out.
Yeah.
So this should be pretty interesting. So that'll be fun. I brought photos from last year to share, like for people who have not been to camp before. You can kind of check this out if you want to see my screen here.
Yeah.
See, I got a few folders. Some people like bring like some classic cameras and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
take classic photos and stuff. But we do so much there now, And if you haven't been, there's a lot of like official things and there's a lot of like non-official things. So, we got like bingo, but then there's like the unofficial, like the soccer matches, right?
Yeah,
And
that's been
yeah,
such like that's been very organic, just happen naturally with people,
yeah,
which has been cool, and it's kind of become a yearly thing.
yeah. And like skateboarding and a lot of like music stuff. Clinton Jones, has been experimenting with a lot of crazy like music stuff and then mixing that with MIDI and mixing that with Touch Designer.
Yeah,
Um,
karaoke,
you
of
know,
course. Yeah.
karaoke, you got the pool. Like, look at the crazy, like, this crazy
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
It's
and
pretty
JC,
cool.
the Denver camp has a pool as well.
It does, and we will
Yeah,
be utilizing that, and it is heated.
it's
So,
heated.
yes,
Yeah.
it is heated. So yeah, we got the crafts and stuff outside. There was a lot of like projection mapping stuff. We had so much touch designer stuff going on
Yeah.
at the last camp. Look, I love that right there. That's one of my favorites. Can we show that on the internet?
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah.
okay. Um, oh man, and Virginia's awesome. So there's like some pictures from Virginia. Look, there's Lily doing some karaoke.
Yeah.
You got Kanz's birthday. It will not be Kanz's birthday
It won't
this
be
time,
for the first time.
unfortunately, for the
Yeah.
first time. You know, good times, good times. Let's see what else I got here. Of course, we have the meme now,
I love it.
Kyle meme with the knife. We're doing a lot of like the yearbook now. I think that's going to be kind of like a regular
Cool.
tradition. We had the cringe photo contest that Jen did. So many great photos.
Yeah.
So many great photos. Let's see.
The Denver
Oh, and
camp
of
is a
course
lot of fun. It's a
it
really cool
is.
camp. Are y'all gonna do the single cabins again?
Uh, like the privates. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the privates, and
Yeah.
and there's two sets of privates there. I wish I had the photos of that right now, but we're not
Yeah.
ready for that yet. There are the regular privates, and then there are like the tiny home
Yeah.
privates.
The tiny homes are really nice. They've got their own bathrooms. They've got like bunk beds as well, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to bunk up with someone, you can share a bunk bed. It's like a larger, like a full-size bottom and a twin top. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's another unofficial, the beer pong
Yeah.
challenge, and the bingo just gets better and better every year. We've got good prizes and things, and yeah, love this shot right here, Dryson, and then we got you going off in that karaoke. I love you're just going off, and
Yeah.
Lily, what is he doing? What is
Which
he
is
doing? Oh, and we're
uh
gonna do lots of the like DJ, VJ type stuff, experimental stuff, all of that again this year. I'm hoping that like every night we could have like a featured DJ, like,
yeah.
Mellow, Rev,
Yeah.
whoever wants to hop in. Um, yeah, just all the fun stuff with just all the touch designer stuff. I think I showed most of this already, but yeah, it was just so much fun at night doing all of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got
I
there. So
really I
you can
really
switch back if
enjoyed
you want.
uh the Virginia Beach camp this year, and it was nice because I didn't have any responsibilities. It's the first time I've been where I haven't had
Oh
responsibilities,
yeah, yeah,
so it's a completely different camp experience. It's like super chill and a lot of fun and not having to worry about anything. I really enjoyed it. I'll end up going to this one as well. I'll probably because I'm working a full-time job now, I probably won't be able to come out until Friday, but still,
yeah,
it's gonna be a
yeah.
lot of fun. I'm
So hopefully
assuming.
Mark comes out too. I saw him
Yeah.
yesterday. Like, dude, you got to come.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
yeah,
It'd be fun.
he can relax and not have to worry about any responsibilities.
Right.
So that's always cool. Fortunately, I don't think we're gonna have to cook a million grilled cheeses ourselves like
Yeah.
before. We've
Oh,
got
really?
Yeah, having somebody handle the late night snacks is
Yeah.
just the best
Did y'all
because
did y'all do that in Virginia Beach? I might not have been there
Mhm.
for it.
so there were late night snacks out every night from the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
like like the chips, and then like and then they
Right.
would put
That's
stuff
right.
in the
That's right. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. We had like a
and then they
table of
would do
stuff
like
and
little
things. Yeah.
snacks, and yeah, they would cook stuff.
Yeah.
That's so much better than having to do it yourself. I mean, not that I didn't enjoy that experience of
Yeah.
doing all those, that was cool,
It's one
but
of those responsibility things where it's like, okay, now I got to do this, now I got to do this, and you've been going since like 6 a.m. or 7
right,
a.m. or if maybe
yeah,
not even gone to sleep yet.
yeah.
Like
Well,
Julie
now we
and
have
Bill
to.
typically did.
Well, we used to sleep in, and you and Mark
Yeah.
would get up early and take care of stuff. That's why
Yeah.
we moved announcements to lunch and not breakfast
Oh,
anymore,
that's funny.
because it's like no way I'm making breakfast.
That's a good
You
idea.
know?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. So we're excited about it. If anybody's interested in sponsoring, let us know. We're
Yeah.
starting to ramp that up. Whether it's, I mean, we have all sorts of levels. We've got, everything from top level universal sponsorship, village sponsorships. We've got, what other? We got the integration partners.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like
I think
sponsor the shuttle, sponsor, the
shuttle, the
alcohol,
bar.
sponsor. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Vernon's already called dibs on
That's funny.
Vernon's Bar and Grill again. He's
I
going to
like
do a
that.
different logo for this camp,
I like it.
So there's that. But then we also have like media exchange partnerships and things like that, and we have bingo sponsorships.
Cool.
Like if you want to donate a prize, something
Yeah.
like that. You don't go on the main sponsorship list if you do that, but you do go on like the bingo board
Yeah.
and stuff for that. We have separate sponsorship for that. So there's all sorts of levels. If anybody's interested, just hit us up.
Yeah.
So
You got a newsletter, right? That'll go out. Where can people find it if they want to get
yeah,
info?
I accidentally deleted it off of the website. When we were doing our last minute stuff for camp,
Uh-huh.
and we were doing the little link at the airport where like if you click the QR code, it goes to a video.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on the website, and they didn't want any advertisements of any kind or something. It was like it just needs to go to the video. I forget exactly what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but so I took it off of the footer, thinking it was only coming off of the footer on that page, and I deleted the whole
Uh,
sign up for the newsletter thing. So I'm fixing that. Not the whole website. I did design the website to not have to be completely revamped every year.
yeah.
But when we put all the information up, then you'll see that you'll be able to sign up. Or if you just want to if you just can't wait, just shoot us an email,
Yeah.
Dave at campmograph.com, and I'll put you on the list in the meantime.
Yeah.
And follow us on social media and stuff, of course. Instagram is where you're going to find most of it. You're going to be able to, get all the info on there. We're going to be putting a lot of info, like we did the save the date today. We're going
Yeah.
to start putting more info about ticket sales and things. We're going to do things a little bit different with ticket sales, not too different, but I don't want to reveal
Yeah.
all of it yet,
I was
but
gonna say you don't have any teachers or speakers that you're gonna announce yet, right?
not that we can announce publicly yet. I mean, we do have. I will say we pretty much have fireside chats, two fireside chats covered
Nice.
already, and we're working on the third. But I don't want to. I'll come back on the show and do the reveal. How about
Nice.
that?
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah,
We should just do a quarterly
I think
camp
you're gonna
update.
like 'em.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think y'all are gonna like it. We're doing some changes. You know, the thing about the classes, right, is we started very like basic, like animation, crayons, doing that like super basic thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody loved that, but they wanted a little bit more. And I feel like we swung the pendulum all the way in the other direction
Yeah.
to where it was almost like, oh, we need more of the crafty stuff. And then we swung it all the way back,
Yeah.
not on purpose. Uh, but that's just how it worked out last year. And I'm like, we got to find that happy medium. We're gonna have like maybe more like producing and things back in the mix there. I can't wait to tell you about the fireside chat speakers, but I
Yeah.
just,
That's fun.
yeah,
That's super
got to
fun.
finalize it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How was it other than camp? How was your last year? Like how was your 2025? So we're in a new year and stuff like that. I know me personally, it was one of the best years that I've ever had, but only because I spent, from May until the beginning of December, freelancing had already been chewed full time, you know? It's like if I
It
didn't have that, I think it would have been a pretty slow year for me. And I
yeah.
hear a lot of the same thing from people. It's like the
Hmm.
industry is really taken like a slowdown or something. I'm interested to see because we haven't talked that much.
Hmm.
Like now that I'm working full time, it's like you and I don't get a chance to talk on Discord every day. You know?
Right. Now, take home pay for me was the same.
Yeah.
Um, but the total for, the total gross was way different
Yeah.
because we had a lot of overhead and we had a lot of costs of different things. For one, I think I said this on the last one. I lost my biggest client this year. That was a whole
Yeah.
thing. So I was getting into other things, did a lot of work with Black Box, um, you know,
Yeah.
and so for me, the take home, I've always paid myself a certain rate. It's not like I don't get a gig and then I just give myself all the money. It goes
Yeah.
into
That's
it goes into
irresponsible.
the thing, and yeah, I pay myself the same check every month. And so that didn't change. It was mainly that when we did other events, like, also we didn't do the Max on Live events and stuff either, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of overhead that goes into that, whether it's paying people, buying, you know, pieces of equipment for it,
Mm-hmm.
travel costs,
Travel
all
costs.
of
Yeah.
that stuff. So, want to talk number, not exact numbers, but I will say there was probably maybe $200,000 difference, but that's not money I would have seen anyway. That's just like
Right. It's just
reimbursed
like
costs through all
expenses
of
and
our
stuff like that. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So when it came to the take home pay, it was the same. Now last year was the best year I've ever had overall.
That's good.
2024, sorry,
Oh,
not
okay.
25.
That's bad.
Uh, 2024, 2025, I made the same pay, but
Yeah.
the gross was different. The net for me was the same. As
Yeah.
far as taxes and things go, it was the same. Now this year, I don't know. I
Yeah.
had a slammed October, November, December coming back
Yeah.
from
I've heard
camp,
that
just like
from a lot of
nuts.
people as well. Just like
Hmm.
working like crazy. I think Mark was saying he was working 16-hour days in December to just get stuff done. It's just
Yeah.
crazy.
And then it all hit a wall and it was all done and now it's just quiet as can be.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got a couple things I'm working on, like I'm working on a documentary, some stuff for not a whole documentary, but some shots for a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on some changes for something that happened in December, but right now I'm available.
Yeah.
So hit me up. I'm working on sales right now. I'm doing a
Yeah.
lot of hard sales stuff. I'm hitting people up. I'm working on sales strategies and things.
Mm-hmm.
The what do you call it? LinkedIn sales navigator
Yeah.
or whatever, that kind of thing. That's very valuable. I think, when people talk about sales and talk about LinkedIn, they're not talking
I've
about just talking to friends on
yeah.
LinkedIn. No, there's a whole nother thing, not even LinkedIn Pro. We're talking about the sales networking
How
stuff.
expensive is that?
It's expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like $150 a month or
Ooh. Yeah,
something.
because I was
Yeah,
paying for
but
the
it's
$40 a month one, the LinkedIn Pro, and it didn't get me anywhere.
that's a
I
different
spent
thing.
like, because in beginning of 2024, I after coming back from the DAT tour, I was burned out on traveling and stuff, and I was like, I'm thinking of getting a full time job. So I started the whole process at the end of 2023, 2024. It wasn't until this year that I finally got hired, and it's only because I've known the guy for 10 years.
Well, LinkedIn is a circle J, if you
Yeah, it
know what I
is.
mean. And you're connecting with like other peers and stuff, but that's not really where the business is. You
Yeah.
already know these people. They're gonna
Yeah.
call you anyway if they need something, right? They already know what you can do.
Yeah.
So when you post a video of something, you might get 2 likes from a couple people,
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but it really doesn't it's not helping me in any way.
Yeah.
You've really got to do a push. And I think, you know, there's some freelancers that are going to studios, there's studios that are closing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's kind of this weird, I don't know. There was a middle ground before,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel like there's a middle ground anymore. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
So, like, it's interesting that you say that because Barton has said this a lot. It's like a lot of the small budgets, there's either really low budgets or
Mm-hmm.
ridiculously high budgets. You know,
Right.
that middle ground where a lot of, like, you know, more veteran uh, uh, freelancers and stuff, that's where they were making a good amount of money because you didn't want to pay the crazy amounts of money to go to a studio, so you'd find a freelancer who could do it for a fair amount of money. It's like those middle tier ones are basically gone.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you think of like an $8,000 to $10,000 explainer video, right?
Yeah.
You know, good quality
Yeah.
explainer video. Now, if you were to do that, you know, B2B, and you just do that for another business as your own business or freelancer, you know, that's decent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are an agency right now, a
Yeah.
small agency, and you're selling a $10,000 explainer video, well, by the time you pay your freelancers,
Yeah.
you know, or somebody to do it, because, you know, you don't necessarily have people, you know, on staff doing that stuff. A lot of these agencies do all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff, video and all the other stuff. You're not going to make much on markup on that. So like it's, you know, you either need to find clients with a lot bigger budgets,
Yeah.
or yeah, I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
it's advantageous right now, I think, for a freelancer to do B2B, because yeah, there's plenty of, you know, $6,000 to $10,000 explainer videos out there,
Yeah.
which is good. You know, I mean, something you can knock out hopefully in a few days and
Yeah.
or a week, you know, depending on the client
Yeah.
and all of that. But like, and that's great for a freelancer. But yeah, you're not really gonna, you know, one $10,000 explainer video per month for a medium-sized agency isn't gonna really pay the bills and the employees and things. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. That's true.
so yeah, so these other places like Already Been True, you know, you got to have these bigger budgets, of
Yeah.
course. You know, you got to get the Nikes, you
Yeah.
know.
Which we have been doing a couple of jobs for Nike, which has been real fun. For those who are listening, actually, in 3 weeks, so at the end of the month, we actually have Barton is coming on, PJ from Laundry, and then Patrick from Tendril is actually, we're gonna do like a 4-person podcast, all talking about, you know, how studios are surviving all this and all the AI and stuff. It's gonna be a really fun
Hmm.
show. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
trying to push more into that those bigger budgets right now, you know, by being
Mm-hmm.
able to do, you know, scaling at will and things like that. But in order to do that, you really got to push sales. You really got
Yeah.
to get into sales, and you really got to you know, you got to spend time on it. You really
Yeah.
do. You know, so
That's
if you're gonna, and plus if you're gonna spend $150 for that LinkedIn thing, you better be on it every day pushing that.
yeah.
You know, now you get one gig, you're gonna pay it off, but
Yeah.
still, you know, you got
Yeah.
to be working. You got to be using your Gemini and your Chat GPT and strategizing
Make sure you
and
take
maybe
away those
doing,
M dashes and all the emojis.
yeah, and bulk emails.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta face the fact, honestly, that, you know, you're gonna be a little spammy to some people, but whatever, you know,
Yeah.
if you know, if you're reaching out to 100 people at once and you just get one, fine. You know, the other
Yeah.
people didn't like that you sent, you
Yeah.
know, a
Yeah.
random cold email, fine. We got one lead, you know, so,
Yeah.
or
And
one
if you're
sale
not
from a
sending
100
them
leads.
every single day like Amazon does, jeez. I was getting
Yeah.
so much spam from Amazon. I finally had to just unsubscribe from all their, hey, we think you'd like this and blah blah blah. It's like, dude, too
Wait,
much.
Amazon?
Amazon, yeah. I get
Amazon what?
it just Amazon. I get I guess maybe you're you know, opted out or something, but I wasn't opted out and I was getting emails from them every day, 2-3 times a day. Like,
Just
here's some new
advertising things
deals
to
for
buy?
you. Yeah.
Oh, see, I get those on my Echo with
Oh,
the video
really?
screen on it. Yeah.
Blah. Jeez.
Yeah. Even though you go in and turn it off, it like comes back on.
That's
You know?
ridiculous. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I think they used to do that, or they do that with the Kindle as well. You know, Amy got me a Kindle for my birthday, and I specifically asked to pay the extra $20 for the one with no ads. You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm loving Gemini. a lot right now,
Yeah.
by the way. I've got the AI stuff I could probably show here.
Yeah.
Been using Gemini and Nano Banana a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and then I've been using Midjourney a lot for video, which still doesn't get enough credit for being super badass. Like it is
Yeah.
super badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Mid Journey or for
Midjourney for video.
yeah.
To just take a random photo and say animate this or bring it to
Yeah.
life. Even if there's no prompt, it does a really you just put it in there and it comes to life.
Yeah.
However it sees fit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got some examples. Been doing, a lot of like LED stage concert stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to get more into that this year as well, but so let me just show here. I've got I'll just kind of skip through this and show. Now, this is a huge mega church.
Yeah.
And so I'm just showing like they are so good, by the way. Like their quality of what they do
Oh,
is
whoops.
so good. You gotta
Yeah.
make me larger.
Yeah.
The
It's been
the production
man. All right,
value,
sorry.
the audio, the visuals, the talent involved, like it's so great. And it's so fun working with them.
Yeah.
And
And you're doing
so
the two big LED screens, right?
giant.
Yeah.
Yes, these are
Ah, I knew that was gonna
huge. I
happen.
want to.
It always happens when sharing screens.
What, it just
And it
gets
goes back.
bigger
Yeah,
for
there's
no
something
reason?
with
That's weird.
OBS or
It's probably something
whatever.
technical.
I'm sure it is.
Um, so, oh, and this is great. The pastor there, he is an excellent guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll like do these solos and stuff. I don't know if you can see if they've got like a yeah, look, he's got the doves on the frets of his
Oh, that's
guitar.
hilarious.
Yeah. This thing, like, it's so good. I put it on my screen. A big theater screen, and we
Uh-huh.
watched the whole production. So good. Now, you can't necessarily see everything on this, but if you're in the audience, you can see a lot of it.
Yeah.
One of the things we did,
Goes
I sh
again.
I showed off a little bit of this during one of your late night Thursday
Yeah,
night
yeah,
things,
yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah.
I'll show some of this again. But like, so this is they did a full reproduction of White Christmas,
Jesus.
right? So it's like all the different scenes from White Christmas had to be made, and they had to be made like in the right aspect for these
Yeah.
LEDs and stuff, right? So you'll see like I recreated the scene for the sisters. And by the way, they told me they want to do this, and I am a huge fan of
Yes.
White Christmas. I can tell you everything about it, right? So you see, you
Sorry,
got
I
the
gotta
guy
keep
there on
on
the.
like resizing this. This is so dumb.
So
Sorry.
funny. Why does it keep
I don't
changing though?
know. It's something
The
with OBS and Teams and stuff. It's the one downfall
That's
I found of
funny.
Teams.
I wonder if it's like if when the quality goes up and down with the bandwidth, it's
Maybe
changing
that might
resolutions
be
of them.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see a guy on the piano there. You've got people down here in the corners that are sitting at tables watching, and of course, you can't like you're not going to be able to like directly, take use screenshots and
Oh
like
my
actual
god.
IP. Oh my God. Undo, undo. Now it's
You
small
know what? I
again.
actually
Now I'm
think
in the
that
corner.
you said that, and so like there we go. I changed one of my
There you
settings
go.
to like have a higher bandwidth and like or a
Oh, there you
lower
go.
bandwidth, and then it went really small. I bet you anything that's what it
Oh,
is.
hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
You can see like there's some dudes playing here in
Yeah.
the corner. There's the guy at the piano. So they're doing their thing. So, it's like how do you recreate those people? How if you were actually going to do that in real life, what would that normally take? And these sets I'm still building in 3D. I'm just using AI
Yeah.
as a helper, and I feel like that's how it should be done. This one was fun. We did the train where they're singing the snow, the snow song. You can't really see it too much here, but like a train rolls in behind them, and it's kind of like rocking back and forth.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully that stops doing that after I show
Wow.
some of these. They had like real snow in there and everything else. I'll come back to that. Let me go into the to
I
the
wonder if there's
samples
a
here.
setting in here.
You might be able to tell a resolution thing, but we'll see if it still does it. Um, So, okay, so here's the thing. Like you want to recreate a scene like um for the army scene, right? It's like,
Yeah.
I wanted to recreate the army guys. And so, you tell it to make a similar scene, so you're not actually using their IP, right? Like you're
Yeah.
making a similar scene, you're giving it like examples and having it recreate stuff for you.
Yeah.
And um so for example, like the people at the tables, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I wanted to have people just sitting at the tables and put them down and comp them. So it's like, okay, if you were going to do that in real life, how would you actually do that? You would have to like dress people up, go
Yeah.
shoot an actual scene, get
Yeah.
like the old hairstyles and the all of that stuff, right? And it's like I only need this to be like in the corner, like
Yeah.
really small. So you give Nano Banana and Gemini samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after you do that and you get a nice, something nice back that you like, and it does high res, pretty high res.
Yeah.
If you're just using the photo itself, it's already pretty decent resolution in Nano Banana Pro. And the reason I use Gemini is because I use Gemini Thinking. When you use Gemini Thinking and you tell it what you want, in the background, it's crafting the prompt correctly on its own,
Mm.
right? So it's an interpretation of what you're telling it. And Gemini is so art directable.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, it's like literally, I will be like, no, I don't like that. I just want you to change his hairstyle. And it will be the exact same thing with a different hairstyle. It's not going to make a whole different version, you
Interesting.
know. We have a video I think we're gonna play in a minute about that. But there's still things that you have to figure out. Like I wanted the piano player on stage, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he's on stage. I built the set. I had a piano. He needed to fit in this little. Sorry, it's real small.
Yeah.
He had to fit in this section, and I needed him to have his hands out.
Mm-hmm.
But I try and do that, and it ends up putting a guy in a bench, and I'm like, no, I want him to be mimicking playing the piano, and he's not doing it, right? Or
Yeah.
he'll sit there and wave his arms. I'm like, that's not what I told you to do. All the video stuff being Mid-Journey,
Yeah.
you know. Um, if I'm doing video, I upscale it with Topaz. It does a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
I
Are
could
you
show you an
using the standalone
example.
Topaz or are you using the one of the
Standalone.
apps? Okay.
The standalone, because you can see here like this one I did, this isn't the final version. This is the
The
regular
fireplace is
version.
super creepy. I love it.
But like this is the regular version. If you see the upscale version, it is detailed.
Yeah.
They wanted some stuff that kind of looked like Dr. Seuss. Now with this guy, that wasn't correct. It's like the thing about AI is you got to learn how to art direct it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it just wasn't working this way, right? So what I had to do was make another version of him actually playing the piano. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to make him playing the piano. So I went back to Gemini and I said, hey, make him playing a piano.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave this back to Midjourney like I had before, and it thinks, oh, there's a piano there. He should be playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just does it. I didn't have to tell him to play the piano or mimic playing the piano or whatever. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to kind of think outside the bun and think, okay, well, I'm not gonna get him to do what I want him to do. I'm just gonna
Uh-huh.
have to like think of another way to craft this so that AI interprets it
Yeah.
correctly. And I had to cut out or I just put the piano on top of him. But even this wasn't the final. Like I had to make another bench and
Yeah.
things like that because it's got a diagonal
Yeah.
bench. Um, some other things in here that were fun. This is another one. Like we have a certain screen size, right? Like this crazy ass, you
Yeah.
know, 8,000 wide canvas we're working in, right? And like um when things have to be in a certain area so that you could see it. Like you could have something, knock out a rectangle, but if the right things don't fall in the right place, it doesn't work. A lot of times there's people in front of it on the bottom, and you want certain things on top. And so with
Mm-hmm.
things like this album cover, I'll actually, you know, show the canvas to Nano Banana. with
Oh.
thinking and be like, it has to fit in this area
Uh-huh.
and all of that. And I'm telling it all of this because it then in the background thinking, the thinking version translates this, creates the correct prompt, and then spits it out. And then I take this and I upscale it in Topaz. And I mean, that is some good
Yeah.
resolution right there,
It really is.
On that one in particular, let's see, where is it? Here we go. On that one, it was Precious Memories, and in this section, I want it to be all crying kids
I
uh,
I
with Santa,
loved that
right?
one. Yeah.
Just like a whole bunch of them. So just go in, and actually, uh, Nano Banana would not do kids for this.
Really?
It did it once, and then it's like, oh, I can't do that with children. It's against policy. And I'm like,
Can't
okay,
make
well, I'll do it
crying
Mid-Journey.
children?
So Mid-Journey did it and knocked it out, and so we had all the Santas. There's some other examples I used because the only one that could do this correctly was Sora
Oh.
is creating old home movies. Sora app is so good at creating old 80s looking stuff. And
Yeah.
even they don't hear the audio in this, but the audio it even created in some of this. I
Interesting.
was just going and having to do lots of like home videos of Christmas, and it all matched the lyrics, right?
Uh-huh.
They're saying what the things are. And so like I'm creating stuff to match the lyrics, and the home videos of like dad up on the ladder, you hear a woman in the background, the wife
Mm-hmm.
going, "All right, Clark Griswold, make sure you don't fall off that ladder."
That's hilarious.
It's so good at that. It's just so good. So, a lot of doing AI stuff right now is just knowing what tool to use for the right thing, which is exactly what you do
Yeah.
when you're working with other software, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I need some real time, whatever. I'm going to use Unreal,
Yeah.
um, you know, or whatever.
Do
Something's
you
like
ever
super
get
detailed. I'm going to do
slot
Houdini and
fatigue? You know, where it's
get what?
like we call it slot fatigue, where it's
Slot?
slot like slot machine. Slot machine fatigue, where it's
I know
like
what you mean.
type this.
Hmm.
Okay, that's not what I want. All right, type this. Pull the lever. Whatever. Do you ever just get like exhausted by it during this whole
Sometimes.
project?
Sometimes. Let me see if there's a I don't know if I have a good example of that. Um, you know, oh, I don't have the screenshots from it, but I'll show you this. Okay, so this guy, right?
Yeah.
So the story of this guy, it's like, um, I first asked it just to do the stocking,
Yeah.
right? And the stocking was okay, but the
Yeah.
bottom of the stocking sticked out and looked a bit phallic.
Okay.
All right. And then I had it fix some things, and I was like, no, it needs feet. And I put the feet on it, and the phallic part looked even more phallic after
Yeah.
that. And so I told Gemini, I don't want it to look like that.
Uh-huh.
And I started feeding it other things, pictures of stockings, and it actually started making it look like those stockings. And then I would say, okay, that's good, but put coal in the top. That's good, but it needs a face here. And it's so art directable
Mm-hmm.
that it did it. And then I took this, and then you tell it, okay, now put it on a blue background so I can key it in After Effects,
Yeah.
right? And the cool thing about Midjourney, a lot of times you really don't even need to use the HD version. You can use the SD version, and you can just tell it to do like 4 versions. So you're knocking them out really quick. And then
Yeah.
if you're like, okay, this is great, then you do a higher version. So you're not having the slot machine fatigue because it's knocking them out quick, you
Yeah.
know? And in the case of this, yeah, it does look like Mr. Hanky. In the case of this, I wanted a whole bunch of dancing stockings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had it create the same thing from that over and over and over and over again with the same prompt. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden I had all these dancing stockings doing different stuff. And I made that whole scene in an hour. And that would have taken me at least a day to
Yeah.
build this and do the different dances
Yeah.
and God forbid I have to rig it or whatever. It also
Yeah.
helped me create scenes like if I'm trying to piece something back together, I'm like I want something that looks like this in the background, you know, and you have maybe 4 examples that are really small of something, and it's like I want that thing that's in that video, but I don't have a high res of it. Can you
Yeah.
make me something similar but really big, and then you can use that as a texture. Or HDR, for example, I had it make me an HDR um, out of a scene, like a fake version of the scene to use as an
Yeah.
HDR. I also had it do like they wanted this kind of Norman Rockwell type
Uh-huh.
look, you know. And so I came up with these different scenarios, and then I needed some more. So I'm asking ChatGPT. ChatGPT was better at helping me get the scenarios. Again, going back to the right tool for the right job, right?
Yeah.
It helped me come up with the funny scenarios, and then I go back to Gemini and say, I want you to make them. Or I want to put in, a little bit of fun for the kids, put a little 6-7 in
Six,
there,
seven.
so stuff like this. This is really fun. Um, and it's so art directable. The other thing too is very biased. Uh, Everything it was spitting out was all white people, you
Yeah.
know. So if we want to change it, like it's like that's good, but let's put some diversity in here.
Yeah.
And you tell it to change it, it changes it, and it's the exact same scene.
Oh,
It
that's
just
cool.
changes the people. Everything else is exactly the same. And that's what I like. Like the output's the same, you just replace the file,
Mm-hmm. And you're not having to
Also,
go in like, so this is with Gemini, right? Like you're able to tell it what you want instead of, unlike Nano Banana or something like that in Photoshop or something, where you highlight something and say, okay, change the thing that's in the highlighter, change the thing that's in
yeah,
red. Yeah.
just have it redo it, you know. I needed it to make some cartoons. It's really good, like with cartoons. I'm like, I need this thing where Santa's watching or whatever, and it makes a cartoon for me.
Uh-huh.
We were doing memes. Um, Pickle Nick was doing some stuff too, which was cool because like he was doing a lot of stuff with outlines and silhouettes. And so, for example, Nano Banana created this outline, and then I took that into Midjourney and I said, make me a loop of this,
Wow.
and it made a ton of those. Do I have an example of that? Let me see real quick.
Oh boy.
We'll
Here, show.
see if it comes up here. But it was really cool because what Nick was doing is he was taking the outlines, right? Not using the actual outlines. He was having it drive um um not shine particular,
Particular. Yeah.
right? So he was having to drive particular with these silhouettes, and I really don't know what part of the thing it's in here. It might be in this one, in part two,
Mm.
after the
That's
sermon.
pretty.
Let's see. And of course, I did a lot of sparkle, jump back type stuff too. And it's really great having Envato at hand for that because they have a lot of like widescreen, high res stuff now that you could pull out, which is great for doing LED work. It's
Yeah.
not just like an HD version that you have to scale up or whatever. I can't find that one particular one, that particular
Ah.
section. Ding. Um, but
I'm just letting the
that was really
screen
cool.
change up and down because now that you
What
mentioned
is
the bitrate thing, it's like, okay, once you're on a different thing, it's gonna go back to normal.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
here. You can see some of the this is like the White Christmas kind of final output. You can see the people here. This is
Uh
very
huh.
low res. This is before I finalized it. But like you can see people down here moving just slightly, just had Midjourney say
Yeah.
they're sitting there peacefully, you know, enjoying their meal. And it just kind of loops it and then you do all the comp work and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of
Um,
comping, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, tons,
Yeah.
tons. And the outputs to the different screens just massive. This
Yeah.
whole project in general, I think, was like 10 terabytes in the end or something,
Woo.
you know. Um, let's see, do I have anything? Oh, there's certain things that you just can't find in stock footage, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we needed the girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
And so Nano Banana created that, and I needed a bunch of them. So again, put it into Midjourney, have it recreate this, 6, 7 times,
Ah.
and and then you got a video of them just doing whatever, and then you put that in there. You can't find that on the stock website, so that's
Yeah.
nice. And then other things like I did have um, winter something something that melts into spring. These are a few of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
And we had this scene that was going on behind them there, but you know, you could do just like another thing of spring, or you could say, hey, Nano Banana, just make this a spring scene, you
Man,
know,
that's
and it's the
cool.
same scene and it just makes a new version of it.
Uh-huh.
That's the kind of stuff that I'm really liking with this, you know. Here's
Yeah.
another one. I don't know if there's anything else I haven't. Oh, I did throw this in all the different AI stuff in the old VHS.
Mm-hmm.
There's the dog with the antlers on. This is
Uh-huh.
actually a home video.
Oh, that's your
Uh,
home video?
my home video as a
That's
kid. The dogs
hilarious.
with their reindeer, and it's like Christmas time. Had to bust out the sepia tone. This is from the old high 8
Uh-huh.
camcorder. So I snuck that in there. I told my client, "Hey, one of these is actually real. Tell me which one you think is real."
That's so
I think
funny.
I think I went through everything here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Yeah, you can take me down.
uh Gemini, like I've never used it, you know. We've been using if we use any stuff, it's just like Higgsfield, because Higgsfield has a whole bunch of stuff in it, or we've been using Otoy's Canvas stuff, you know, and I believe that does have Gemini in it, but it's got Gemini as far as like creating a prompt and stuff like that, which is interesting.
Well,
So,
Gemini Pro is it's $20 a month,
oh, that's it?
and yeah, not the Pro, not the big,
Mm-hmm.
super expensive where you get all the video credits, but you do get like 3 video generations a day. I haven't hit a wall on anything else. I don't even know if there is a wall,
Yeah.
but I will say that I have been using Gemini more and more instead of ChatGPT. And like I'm
Okay.
almost to the point where I want to ditch ChatGPT unless
And
something changes.
so are you using Gemini specifically for like image
Everything.
generation? Everything.
Everything.
Okay.
Because the baseline, it
That's so
is
funny.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
just say, do you want thinking or pro? Dude, infographics. Oh man, it's so good at infographics. And then you mix that in with like Notebook LM
Mm-hmm.
and put a whole bunch of stuff in Notebook LM and have it make a podcast that
Yeah.
sounds like Chris Schmidt. I swear they stole Chris Schmidt's
That's
voice
funny.
from all of his Rocket Lasso and to train that AI voice. It sounds like Chris Schmidt
That's
when it
funny.
makes a podcast.
I'll have to
Um,
listen to that.
so yeah, I definitely recommend Gemini.
Yeah.
Um, especially if you don't have OpenAI for
Mm-hmm.
anything. Like I'm almost ready to ditch ChatGPT. So
Interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
well, are you so you're using it for everything, not just image
Mm-hmm.
generation, but also that's interesting. So that brings up something interesting as far as like the future of AI and all these, models and stuff like that. And we've talked about this a lot where there's an AI bubble right now. I think it's the same as a .com bubble, and it's gonna burst,
Yes.
but Google is gonna come out on top and the reason I think there's this AI bubble. I don't know if you've used any of these other ones like Higgsfield or Runway. Runway is kind of its own thing, but you can use some of the other ones. But Weavy as well. Like you can use other models and stuff, and a lot of it is just this is comfy UI in a really nice package, or this is
Well,
or
it's the
yeah,
funding and the infrastructure that's the bubble, right?
yeah,
They're pouring it all into everything, and then I think I saw a graphic of this somewhere. They're all paying each other. It's just a
yeah,
big circle, literally.
yeah,
It's like, oh, well, we're going to invest in Nvidia because Nvidia is doing this, and Nvidia is like, oh, we're going to invest in Google because they're investing in us, and it's
yeah,
just like, wait a minute, and then they're building these giant data centers. It's like, okay, well, wait, yeah, there's all that money going into it right
mm-hmm,
now, but how are you going to make money?
yeah, yeah.
Like, how are you actually going to make money in the end? Because is it going to be people paying $20 a month just to make memes? Like,
Yeah, I
what's
know.
the, that's the tough part.
Yeah.
And yes, there's and I've pre-recorded some videos I'm going to post on social.
Mm-hmm.
I posted one yesterday.
I liked it.
Uh,
Yeah.
some
It was
some
good.
of it's about like day-to-day stuff. Some of it's about networking. Some of it's actually about AI and stuff. And I got an
Yeah.
AI one that's coming out later this week that is more about like AI slop,
Yeah.
right? There's a bunch of useful stuff. There's a bunch of slop.
Yeah.
You know, you're on
I enjoy
Facebook.
some of the slop, you
It's
know.
boomer heaven, let me tell you. They love their babies doing things that aren't real that they
Uh-huh.
think is real, you know,
Yeah.
or dogs, you know, making dinner for people and they think it's
Mm-hmm.
real. Like that's there's so much slop. And I actually went back and I found an episode, and this is more in regards to when ChatGPT came out. I was like, the internet's just going to be noise,
Yeah.
and it's already happening. You
Yeah.
know, there's noise everywhere. There's bots hitting you up, asking you if you want to buy things. There's videos all over the place. Some of it's just garbage videos. It's not
Yeah.
even, it's not funny, it's not entertaining. It just exists,
Yeah.
you know, and then all the comments on it are all AI
Yeah.
slop. But
I hate
I
a
had a
lot of
point. I
the
don't know.
Instagram videos you'll run across where it's like, oh, check out this thing that I did in this version, this new AI model, and use this, and like they don't show any of the process. You know, it's
Hmm.
like you sent me something similar where it's like, oh, here's a picture, and then here's the final video. It's like, okay, how much time did you actually go through before you did that? And then the worst is, uh, uh, put your name, make a comment, and I'll DM you where to find the model. And it's like, come on, dude, this is so
Right.
stupid.
You should bring up the video. Hopefully the audio and everything works here. You should bring up the video, and
Yeah, I
we
don't know
should.
if it's gonna. Jeez, why is Instagram so terrible? Let's see. All right, so PC
So you know, like
screen.
the
Turn
Coca-Cola
updates.
commercial,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So you're
Yeah, here you
directing the
go.
Coca-Cola AI actors. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
hear it. Dang it.
You can't hear it? You
Oh, I
should be
can
able
turn
to
on
hear it.
subtitles. Can I turn on subtitles?
Oh,
Nope,
there
I
you go.
can't.
Oh, there you.
Yeah.
Oh, of course not. It can the stream hear it?
Yeah, the stream can hear it. You just can't hear
Okay,
it.
well let's
Yeah.
just let them watch. Let's let them watch. I'll just sit here and watch it myself.
That's so funny.
Even without audio,
Yeah.
you could tell it started over.
Yeah.
Yeah, even without audio, you could tell. But like that is really what it's like, right? And
Yeah.
like I said, it was like that until Nano Banana, and now it's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
And
Phil
I don't
W.
know.
Green was the one who posted that video, by the way. Want to give them credit for
Hmm,
it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily the combo of Gemini with Nano Banana
Yeah.
because I haven't used Nano Banana a lot on its own. You know, being able to like reconstruct or fix things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
um, oh, what I was gonna say about the video that I'm release like later on this week or next is I understand everything that is wrong with AI.
Yeah.
Like morally, economically, environmentally, whatever it is, right? But like it's here. We're gonna be using it. There's if you're an artist, like I know right now you can get away with not using AI if you really want to,
Yeah.
but it's just going to seep into all the things, right? It's
Yeah.
going to be everywhere, and you're going to either have to be like, you know what, I'm going to be an artist just for fun now, or I'm going to be an artist for work. And if I'm going to be an artist for work, there are things that I'm going to have to use, right?
I have found like here's the biggest thing that I've found. It's like if I want to do like some comping or if I want to do some 3D stuff or if I want to do an animation and the client's okay with AI, but it's like, oh yeah, I could do that. I could edit that together or I could put that together or I could build this thing. and it'll take me like half a day, maybe a day.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could use AI and I could knock it out so much faster and be able to do just that much more work and get more done and have a little bit less stress about having to pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm not the most talented person in the world, it might look better, you know?
Well, it's also about knowing when it's gonna work,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That is 100% true. Yeah.
So, like stuff with Camp Mograph, for example, like the video promos I did last year, there were
Yeah.
parts of them that I would need one little piece, but it's the way I've been using it,
Yeah.
to be an assistant, to make something for me or to get something that I couldn't get anywhere else
Yeah.
otherwise, or that I don't want to spend 5 days doing,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
And so yeah, again, I think that's, but also as far as social media goes, this is part of that video too. Um, like I don't feel like, okay, you're doing dailies. It's like, so what? Like,
Yeah.
it's something that Midjourney could do.
Yeah.
You see all it's in
Yeah.
there with the noise. It's like, why do I bother?
Here's the thing. It's like what's funny is like, don't get me wrong, I love Mike. I love Beeple, you know, but like some of his dailies now, like I know when he's using AI to upscale some stuff because
Oh yeah,
his textures are
sure.
real good or those faces look real good and stuff like that. And it's like
Using
I
that
understand he's
magnifique.
using it as a tool,
Yeah.
but when he started doing, the more political stuff, it was like you were creating 3D animations and you were having to spend a lot of time on it and things
Hmm.
like that. Now he can get it 50% of the way there, or it's like you're seeing so much AI slop that this kind of feels in the same genre, you
It
know?
blends in because there's so
Yeah.
much noise.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, why do I want to do dailies?
Yeah.
Unless you're learning something. I understand if you're like, I want to sit down and learn something, but I don't have to do it
Yes.
daily to learn something
Yeah.
either. So I feel like now online it's more about posting your process,
Mm-hmm.
or how you're good at other things having to do with the organization of a project
Yeah.
or the final outcome, or creatively, like you drove the story because you're also a storyteller. And that's what I
Yeah.
keep trying to emphasize is you are still a storyteller at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If Cinema and Blender and all that stuff go away because you don't need it anymore, you're still going to tell the story that you were going to tell, right?
Yeah.
So don't be upset that now it's easier for you to be a storyteller. Just be more of a storyteller. Put some more time into that,
Yeah.
right? So like if you do make a piece, it's like I wrote this,
Yeah.
maybe with the help of AI, but I wrote this, but
I wrote
you know,
this, Steels. I wrote this.
or you write you do a video on like how you did something. Everything I
Yeah.
showed off today, right? I showed off
Yeah.
how I used AI to do things, and I still spent 2 months creating this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was just able to do something cooler in that two
Yeah.
months.
There's also a big difference between, uh, a, a rando off the street just producing or typing in stuff and not knowing what they're talking about, and a seasoned professional who has been working in our industry for so long, knowing exactly what they want. It's really
Right.
interesting. We were talking about this today. It's really interesting when you have like at work, when we've got the animators versus some of our modelers or texture guys, and when they're using AI, they're using it completely different and coming up with drastically different results,
Mm-hmm.
all because of the way you're speaking or the things that you're typing in, the prompts that you're giving. Each person is going to have their own expertise and, understand it a different way,
Right. Right. You still need to know the background. Like you still
Yeah.
need to know, like you could tell a really good story, but if you don't know how to, I guess, convey what's in your head,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's like, I want a guy sitting on a bench. Okay. Well, that's cool. You could type that and get that in
Yeah.
Gemini, but what if you want it to look cinematic and have depth of field and you want to tell them what
Mm-hmm.
lens you should be using and what time of day and what kind of lighting and
Yep.
you still have to know what that stuff is,
Yeah.
so you're
Anyone can
creating
create an
that.
Oakley commercial, but if they want it to look good, you gotta have your backgrounds.
Or digital, like digital DP, right?
Yeah.
Like, the the concept of being a digital DP is I love to put stuff into cinema. I don't really like modeling it and building
Yeah.
it, but I do like putting this. I love that part when you're in cinema and then you're art directing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I want the light right here, and
Yeah.
I want the rim light. See, I got my
Yeah.
own rim light
I
right
got
there,
mine too. Mine's
and
right here.
and I doing the depth of field and the focus and just animating the shot, all that. You can kind of tell the computer to do that right now, but you're really going to be able to tell it to do that later. So rather than using your hands like a
Mm-hmm.
baby's toy,
Like a
you're going
baby's
to be
toy.
able to just tell it that that's what you want
Yeah.
instead in the future. And hopefully you'll be able to talk to it.
Yeah.
When it gets to the point where it's super real time, it'd be great just to sit here and have a convo like you would with an artist when you're the art
Yeah.
director and you're over their shoulder looming and
Yeah.
say, you know, could you make the logo bigger? You
Right.
could just sit here and just watch Cinema 4D do all the work for you.
Mark,
So,
Houdini Mark Fancher. He was I think he was doing some stuff the other day and adding some logos in, and he said, "I hate this. I'm that person. I'm asking it to make the logo bigger."
yeah.
you know, it was so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Speaking of the AI stuff, though, okay, Maxon came out with something today. Is that
Yeah.
AI too?
I think it
It's
is.
a mix. I was
I think it
surprised.
is. I was very surprised. And I said this, I kind of went off on a little rant the other day on the
Like you do.
like I do on the Mograph Slack in the rants channel. So it was, whatever. They did this piece on Dave McGavran, like Maxon put out like a little puff piece on Dave McGavran. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would a company do a piece on their own CEO? It just seems anyway. So it sounds self-congratulatory or whatever, or But he started talking about like,
I'll just bow out of that conversation.
yeah, that's fine. No, my opinions are my opinions. They do not
Yeah.
reflect. They do not reflect Camp Mograph or Dave
True.
Koss.
True.
But like I thought it was interesting because a few weeks ago when he was at CES or one of these other ones, one of the shows, he was talking about, hey, we're here with real artists, no AI. And I was like, oh, okay. They've taken a stance against AI. And for as much as I've worked with Maxon in the past, they've been very anti-AI, And now
Right.
it's weird to see them move over into that trajectory because I guess they see the future of it or something like that. And from
Well, they got skewered for using it or something at one point, and I think it really
yeah,
kind of
maybe that was the
made
case.
this
Yeah.
impression that and I don't mind it at all. Like I feel like they should
Yeah.
be just like be an innovator in it. I mean, Otoy is going to let you put in prompts to get PBR textures.
Yes, which I think
I
is
mean,
awesome.
let's do it.
I'm looking forward to that.
I don't want to have to go find those on the internet.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
want
I
to
pay
have
for
to
my
like
Otoys
bring in.
thing, so I get GSG for free on Black Friday every year.
Well,
and that's all I use.
You get the textures and then you have to like manually like put them into each field, and I need the bump over here and do all.
Yeah.
And anything I could prompt and just have that come up,
Yeah.
is gonna be super cool.
Yeah.
When you're trying to find like a texture that's like super like off the beaten path,
Mm-hmm.
something, I need, I need a walkway full of candy cane bricks or
Yeah.
something, just a weird,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Now,
There-
if they could only fix Spotify's AI DJ, then it would be good.
Hey, Matt, how's it going? This is something you were listening to
Hello,
back in
Dave.
2022. I always thought
Yeah.
it would be a fun skit, where and Saturday Night Live, if you'd like to take this skit, feel free, right? So a guy and a girl are going out on a first date, right? And so he turns on the AI thing and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Matt? This is stuff you like to listen to on a first date, And the girl's like, "Oh, they kind of know you're on a first date." And it says, "Oh yeah, now that you like that one, here's the next one when you're going to bury a body." Or something
Yeah.
like that. And it just gets more and more insane. And, anyway.
My daughter and I were joking about that too this weekend, because it's just so obscure.
Yeah.
It's like, here's stuff you listen to on Saturday nights when you're on the toilet and depressed and crying.
Right?
What? That's oddly specific.
Right.
Here's
Very
stuff you
good.
like to listen to on random weekdays whenever you're eating pizza,
Right.
but like only when you're eating pizza.
And
Like,
only
what do I
cheese
listen
with
to?
pepperoni and extra sausage.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
very weird.
that'd be fun.
But yeah, I hope Maxon does that. And the Maxon thing, I haven't read up on it. I've been working today, but I
Yeah,
did
see,
see a couple snippets.
I wish they were. I wish they would continue with the live streaming. I wish they would see how how helpful that is to the community and stuff like that. Because they didn't do it last year, and I was really hoping. I see the
Oh,
stuff
NAB.
about CES, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that's cool. And it's like, come by our booth. It's like, yeah, but like I want to see it. Like,
I'm not
make a
there. I
video.
want to see
Yeah,
it now.
yeah. I'm not in Vegas,
I mean, it
so
doesn't have to be live. They can do a video, but
yeah,
I saw the shots and immediately I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool. I don't know if they bought a company or
yeah,
not. I've seen a lot of companies that were doing a similar thing already,
yeah,
and a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was thinking, oh, I should just make a kind of a sub company of my own
hmm,
that's like part of Nexus Motion that's like, oh, we do product stuff. Because I
yeah,
do a lot of product stuff. And I'm like,
yeah,
I could use these as examples. I could have like a whole pipeline and make it easy for people to be able to like uh, get their product in here,
yeah,
especially products like, that use a lot of the same containers and,
yeah,
packaging and things. And as I'm like coming up with these ideas and starting to think how I could build this and make it easy for people to do their products, I'm seeing these things come out and it's like just drop your product in here and AI and boom, you've got the scene. You don't need me anymore. So I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to get ahead of the fact that this isn't going to work
yeah,
in 2 years.
yeah,
It's not going to be, it's already obsolete. And I've seen these companies that do that, right? Because I mean, a can, that's going to be pretty much the same.
yep,
You just give them your version of the can. You can pick an environment. That's for me. That's what I took as what they're doing. I
hmm,
saw the product shot of the watch and stuff.
yeah,
I haven't had a chance to do it. I don't know if
yeah.
is it standalone. I don't know if you got a website or
I
anything
don't
you can bring
know.
up,
I
but
I don't. All I saw was the post on Instagram, and then I Google searched the name, and Google gave me like an AI breakdown, and I was like, I don't know if that's correct. you know?
it's probably too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
So.
where it hallucinates that junk from sometimes. But it looks interesting, whatever it is, because
Yeah.
the thing I did see about it is it makes sure that your geo is correct, that the product's
That
correct, and it's not going to
that would be
screw up the product.
interesting. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
would say because I believe, do do they have? They bought the whatchamacallit, like the IP for quad remesher, I believe. You know, like other people
Oh,
or the license specifically, like they bought. I believe they. Don't quote me on this. I don't know anything. I thought at one point they had bought the quad remesher like license or IP.
oh,
So they
okay.
were able to incorporate it into their stuff. I'm curious if they're using something like Huion 3D. Have you used that before?
Mm,
It's pretty awesome. So maybe like 6 months ago on a live stream, I was creating this like 80s looking 3D like living room, and I was using Huion
yeah.
3D in order to like
Oh,
take all of these pictures from old 80s toys, and it would turn them into 3D. Now they were terrible looking.
oh, like
Yeah,
meshy?
it's something similar to Meshy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if they're taking something like that and then using their IP of the quad remesher and remeshing it before you get actual results, Because that's
Mm,
one thing I will say about quad remesher. It does a really good job of like, figuring out where the seams and everything are supposed to be. So you're using like
right.
ZBrush technology along with some of the AI stuff and merging it together. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, you know?
Yeah. Something else I was going to bring up in the O-Toy stuff is the splat stuff. I don't know if you've
Yes.
messed with that. I did get a chance to mess with that. I I tried to bring something in from Polycam and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it wasn't just Octane. It was like I couldn't get it to work in like anything. I don't know if like there's a difference between the points and the splat and the
Uh-huh.
PLY file, whatever it is.
Did you get your World Labs?
I did. And funny thing
Oh.
about this, I didn't realize until I got my thing with this. I
Uh-huh.
actually helped with a little bit of beta feedback on this
Oh,
product
really?
like earlier in 2025, and I forgot I didn't realize it was the same company because as soon as I
Yeah.
loaded it, I'm like, oh, this is like that thing that I was giving feedback on. I'm like, oh, this is them.
I think, yeah.
Um,
So Jules introduced me to World Labs, you know,
yeah.
and so they did this Black Friday deal where you could get 3 months for free. For those
Hmm.
who don't know, World Labs is basically an image to Gaussian splat generator, which is just absolutely insane. We've tried it out on a couple
Yeah.
of things. Like, what's cool is like, so if you're using an AI pipeline, it's like, okay, first we're going to use Nano
Looks like
Banana
Call of
or
Duty.
Gemini or something in order to create the image, and then using
Right.
World Labs in order to create the 3D environment. So
Hmm.
doing those two together, you know, and then bringing it into 3D, and then being able to, if you're using Octane, it doesn't work in Redshift yet, but using Octane, you can relight your Gaussian splats, which is just insanely cool. You know,
Don Haley says I don't hear it. I wonder if that
that
was
was a
referring
while
to the
ago.
video.
That might have been the
Oh,
video. We might have
well, it
just been
was the good
sitting
thing
there
about the
laughing at a
video.
video the whole time.
The good thing about the video is you could tell what was
Hmm.
funny about it just by watching.
Yeah,
So,
there's a bunch of visual gags.
but the here's the thing about the splats. I tried it with some old photos from my childhood,
Yeah,
and I had it like recreate a corner of my kitchen, and it did a
yeah,
pretty good job with what I had.
yeah,
If I spent more time on it, I think it would work a lot better. But I think right now, this was my feedback when I was helping on the beta stuff, is I was telling them how it would be cool to use it as an artist,
yeah.
and use it and bring in things into, 3D scenes and stuff. And I feel like they actually took some of that. I'm sure other people told them the same thing I did,
Mm-hmm.
but that right now it's taking a photo and it's splatting that photo
Yeah.
into the point cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the easiest way to do it. And even creating the photo and then doing the splat, it's all server intensive and all of that. It takes a while. It has to process. But when AI gets better, right now it's an LLM or whatever
Yeah.
creating the image, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want a kitchen, and it creates a photo of a kitchen and then splats it. Eventually, I'm thinking there'll probably be a model of AI that is actually creating the splat itself.
Yeah.
So you won't have like the weird like smearing issues and stuff, the stuff that the
Yeah.
data that it
Yeah.
doesn't know, like it will just create the points and it'll be more accurate,
Gosh.
you
Could
know.
you?
But
Yeah. I mean,
that's going to be intense.
that's like the holodeck. You know, I want
Hmm.
this. Oh no, the knife is supposed to be slightly curved and longer. You know,
Yeah, there are four lights.
right? There's
Yeah,
a bunch
the
of
snaps.
yeah.
The snaps. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a resolution thing. It'll start, kind of low.
Yeah.
But just like we're doing stuff with Meshy and whatever right now, I think if it has a library of just
Yeah.
a billion splats and it knows how to make the best splat, then it's just going to start with the splat.
Yeah.
So you'll have less of the smeary stuff. You'll have more accuracy,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And I think it would be the splat because, like, I get geo, but it just seems to me like in the future everything is going to be point based,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
We're just
Also,
creating the atoms.
yeah.
You know,
The
so
cool thing about so being in a Houdini now, you know, and working with Gaussian splats, Houdini everything is point based, you know. So it's
hmm
like being able to work with Gaussian splats, you can also like change those points, you know, or like warp those points and stuff like that,
hmm
which is really cool.
I've
I
seen
think
some people doing fun stuff with that.
yeah, I actually X Particles just released. Well, one they just released like the Nexus Nexus liquids stuff, you know, which is pretty cool. I
I'm still
saw.
bitter about them using
I
that
know.
name, but okay.
I saw Sage posted like a test render that he did with it on Instagram, which was pretty
Of the
awesome.
liquid?
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
then
saw
they
that.
also have added some more point-based things as well, which is pretty rad. So,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. AI will just create the atoms in the future and,
Yeah.
get more and more high res. It's like nanite or anything else,
Yeah.
like being able to just have that resolution the closer you get,
Yeah.
just kind of like
Have you
dynamic.
have you played around with meshlets in Octane yet? That was
No. Is
added
that
into it was added into the new
it?
version. And it's
Okay.
actually Silverwing has a tutorial on it, and it's literally the easiest thing in the world to use them. And it's
So how
crazy
exactly do
cool.
you do it? What are you're just
So
referencing a model
you
or what?
no, so you've got something, you bring something into your scene, at least in
Okay.
C4D. You bring
All
something into
right.
your scene, and I don't know whether it's a tag, like the Octane tag that you put on it, or it's a meshlet object that you drop it into, but it's basically one click that says create meshlet. And so then it
Okay.
saves onto your hard drive, and you're able to like,
As a proxy. Well, not really a
it's not
proxy,
a
but
proxy. It's
it's
like
like
an
an
LOD.
XREF.
It's like an LOD.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
similar to
So,
like how far or
okay.
how close you are to it, it'll
Nanite.
change. Yeah, I mean, nanite, that's basically the
Yeah.
same technology, right?
But the object itself is offloaded onto the hard drive. So now
Correct.
your VRAM isn't so.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're working with instances or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Redshift proxies or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty rad.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
all right.
Hmm.
Well, Dave, thanks for being on the show,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's always good to have you here. It's always good to chat,
Yeah.
catch up. Well, we need to make it a quarterly thing. Honestly, I should
Mm-hmm.
just do quarterly things with you, with EJ, with Winbush, and then like I'm good to go. Just
Yeah.
get
There you go.
quarterly people every week. But
Yeah. When I got more information on Colorado, I should come back
yeah,
and
absolutely,
like in
definitely.
March or something. Kind of
Yeah.
get the rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be at RenderCon. RenderCon is the 16th and 17th, I believe. Let me make sure. RenderCon.
Yeah. I keep
Save the
forgetting it's
date.
it's before NAB.
Yeah,
Right
April
before it.
16th and 17th. So I believe that's a Thursday and a Friday. Six,
16,
right.
17. Does that count?
16th. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, so that's a Thursday and a Friday in April, which is cool. So, I'll be there for that. Really excited about that. That's going to be fun. What else? And then I'm probably not going to go to NAB this year.
Me
I
neither.
don't think I am. So
I don't
there's
really. There's not really a reason why.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. That not that much going on. I don't feel like a lot of people are going.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
It's a different world now. You
yep.
know.
I
Yeah.
miss the old world of live streaming and going to NAB and sitting down and watching all the tutorials and coming back knowing 10 times more than I did, going into it.
Right.
Now it's
Yeah.
just kind of
I think people like that. People like to watch it live because like they could interact
yeah.
and they could ask questions and it was like that Apple moment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. I wish Max would bring that back. Not just because I actually used to run
Yeah.
the thing, but before that,
Yeah.
I was a fan, and I'd be at work sitting there watching Matthias and
Yep.
EJ and people that I didn't realize I would be friends with
Yeah.
later on. Doing these things, and it was like magic, and it was like it was just such a, it was like that Apple Christmas morning type
Yeah.
feeling,
Yeah.
you know.
Back when we
So
used to have Apple release days or whatever where we would go get
so
pizza
we'd
and
order
just watch
pizza.
yeah.
Yeah, Apple doesn't really do it like that either. They just
No.
put out a video, and it doesn't,
Yeah.
bring magic back.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked that. Yeah.
So I will actually be going to the Midwest Gaming Classic instead of NAB this year. It's where all the
All
big
right.
retro game stuff. I was trying to convince Winbush and EJ to come with me. Winbush has been
Yeah.
way big into the retro gaming stuff.
Oh yeah,
Which
especially
is
TikTok.
awesome. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
fun seeing that.
He
So-
posted a video of his like an unboxing. Oh, it was a Sega. What was the handheld?
Game Gear. Yeah.
Game Gear, and it was like an ASMR type video though. And
this is what I got for my birthday.
Got mad hits. Nice.
And it's got an updated IPS screen.
Ba-ding! Here it comes.
Yeah.
Ba-ding!
Yep. Oh, you didn't hear it.
There you go. You couldn't hear it on the.
Let's see. Here it goes.
Put it by the mic.
I don't know if you could hear it. I heard it. But yeah, updated IPS screen, and I ordered a whatchamacallit, the EverDrive for it. So now
because it had a backlight on it.
Yeah, it never had a backlight. Okay.
So
they updated
Oh, I had
screen.
the light with the magnifying
glass.
glass.
Of course. And then the extra speakers, and it would blow through your batteries really quick.
In 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you had to attach it by putting a wire inside the battery compartment. Yeah. When I was a kid.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let me give you my socials, because my socials can be confusing. Okay.
Yes.
I have private Instagram accounts. If I know you, I'll add you on that. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, Mograph Dave now is where I'm posting stuff. I've been Mograph Dave on Instagram for a long time. I'm starting to post some stuff on there. Not necessarily like just renders and things. I'm really trying to do like the 100% renders and stuff on the Nexus Motion site. That's where you can like see that kind of work. But you'll see the behind the scenes. You'll see talks and me just rambling or whatever on Mograph Dave.
Okay.
Same thing on TikTok now.
Cool.
Mograph Dave on TikTok. That's where I'm starting to post some of this. There, I do have my Zeta renders, but Zeta renders is like me doing VJ, DJ, touch designer, and other things. It's different. Or me gaming and posting Call of Duty videos.
Yeah.
It's just like where I throw that stuff. It's kind of a different thing. But so you got Zeta renders, Mograph Dave, Nexus Motion. Hit me up, and if you need
Camp
help
Mograph.
with VFX and Camp Mograph, but if you need help with VFX, comp work. 3D animation, like the video game stuff, concert visuals, whatever it is. I got you.
Cool. Awesome.
So,
thanks to everyone for joining. Make sure to follow us on all the socials as well as Dave, especially YouTube and Twitch. We're at year two of the weekly live streams. So we're going to start that back up this Thursday. I have decided we're gonna do everything. It's gonna be a little bit of everything. This week we're going to be customizing a Nintendo game. That's what I'm gonna do on Thursday. I'm building a custom version of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the number 3 Mike Tyson's Punch-Out guy. It's been so long since I haven't had a chance to get to it, so I was like, Thursday will be a perfect opportunity for all of us to do that. Maybe Winbush will come on. I'll be like, hey, let's mod this thing together. So make sure and follow us on YouTube and Twitch to get notifications on that. Also, if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, subscribe. It's on mograph.com. It's down at the bottom. Subscribe because I send out like weekly emails, or try to send out weekly emails. And on every single one, it reminds you of when the show, and there's a remind me button. So where it'll send it directly to your calendar. So it'll alert you like 15 minutes before the show in case there's a guest that you don't want to miss or something like that. So make sure and do that. Our live streams are typically Thursday nights around 7:30, 6, 7, just as soon as I feel ready to do it. Sometimes I'll do it early, sometimes I'll do it later. And we've got a bunch of fun guests coming up on the show. We got Jags next week. He wrote a book called
he did.
How to Eat Like an Adult, or How to Not Eat Like a Child. I can't remember. I screwed it up. Anyway, I started reading it.
The table of contents made me angry.
What? Don't eat the 5 things not to eat?
Yeah, it's all the things I eat.
I know, me too. I'm like, all right, I just won't eat. I'll just starve.
Guess I'll just die.
Yeah. But also, if you haven't done it, make sure to sign up for your very own mograph.com account. It's a one-stop shop for everything a motion designer needs. You can showcase your demo reel, projects you've worked on, post jobs, apply for jobs, sell your digital goods, find meetup groups, start one of your own, and so much more is planned. We just hit over 1,000 people on the Mograph site, which is exciting. We're almost actually at 1,100, which is fantastic. So make sure and sign up for an account. It's free. Your work is yours. We're an artist first site where your work will always be yours and never be fed to the AI machine. So stop feeding Zuckerberg's AI machine. Start posting on mograph.com. So yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, thanks for being on the show, man. It's always great to
Okay,
have
bye.
you here. Okay.
That's my new catchphrase. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at work, you know, we're all on Discord together, and anytime someone, you know, every single person has their own way of saying goodbye, and I didn't realize I started going, see ya. Like we do all the time. And someone pointed out, I was like, oh man, I really do that. See ya. So, anyway, yeah. Okay, here we go. We're doing the OG. Until next time, I'm Matt.
And I'm Dave.
Later, yo.
You're supposed to...
Pretty good, I guess.